Hi everyone, okie doke. So I know you all want me to do a tutorial on my palm tree nails, which are these here. Just see if I can zoom in on that. After asking on my Facebook group, I got a positive response, so they don't want to zoom in, but that's what we're going to do today. So you need quite a bit of stuff. I'm using sun bleached as my base colour. I'm using pink bikini, electric orange and bicycle yellow as my sort of sky colours. We're going to need clearly pink if you're going to do the version with the additives, and obviously if you're going to do the version with the additives you need pink lotus pigment, what's that one, tropic sunrise, cerulean blue and island heat pigments. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to show you, hang on, let me just scrape them out of the way. First of all, I'm going to show you how to do this one, which is just shellac and hand painted palm tree, and then I'm going to go on and I'm going to show you how to do this one, which is shellac and then the additives, just to give it a little bit more colour, and then the hand painted palm tree and the birds. I think it's Sarah House that wants birds, so I'll show you how to do the birds. Okay, so let's get started. Okay guys, so I should have mentioned I'm also going to be using a fan brush, and I've got a couple of very fine detail brushes here, which is an 002 and an 004 from Indigo. And that is pretty much all you need. So what I've done now is I have done 2 coats of, I can't remember the names of these, of sun bleach. So I've done 2 coats of sun bleach on my Colourpop and cured them. And I have decanted onto my tile here, I've decanted some of the bicycle yellow, the electric orange and the bikini pink. And what I'm going to be doing now, hopefully this will work because I haven't actually cleaned my brushes properly, so they're a bit claggy. Okay, so just ignore me. So you get your colours, and I'm going to be starting off with the yellow, going into the orange and then the pink, and I'm going to try and use the end of my brush where I've this bit here because that's the clean bit. So dip it into your colour, smudge it out a bit, and you're literally just going to smudge across, and the more you smudge it the more lines it gets. And then I'm going to just dip straight into the orange with the same brush and smear it across. You've got to sort of, you can just play around with the effect as much as you like. You get, you know, no sunsets the same. You can add a bit more orange, a bit more yellow. I want a bit more yellow there. And then I'm going to go in with the pink and whack that straight up the top. And it looks really sort of splodgy, but if you play around with your brush, you get, eventually you'll get the effect you like. So I'm just going to put a bit more orange there and a little bit more yellow, and then I'm going to actually put a lot more pink at the top because I want the pink to be really intense. And it is a bit tricky to get your colours, but if you play around you'll eventually get what you want, and you can just wipe the excess off your brush if you're getting too much of one colour. So I don't quite want that much pink, so I'm going to wipe it off a bit and add a bit more. So the more you play around with it, you can stuff it up, but if you do it till you've got a desired effect, and I want it to be sort of without the hair in it, I want it to look sort of like a sky. So I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to pop it in the lamp for 2 minutes, and obviously clean up your Colourpop, but that doesn't really matter. So yeah, once you've got the desired effect, pop it in your lamp for 2 minutes. Okay, so this has been cured for 2 minutes, and as you can see you've got sort of a nice sunset sky. Now at this point, if you were going to do a just a shellac one with the palm tree like this one here, this is the point where you would paint your palm tree. So you would just go on to your black pool and hand paint the palm tree. If you are going to go on and do the next step, which is the additives to give it that much richer look, this is the point you do that. So I'm going to add the additives, which I have here. So the blue, the yellow, the pink and the orange, which I can't remember the names of, but oh my god, seriously, how gorgeous are these colours. This is the best colours so far. Well done, CND, I love these. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a bit of C at the bottom. So I've got a, sorry, I should have showed you the brush before, just an angled brush. It's been on my videos before. which is seriously not going to focus. There you go. Just an angled brush, quite a firm brush from, I think, Lincraft. It's just a painting brush. I'm just going to dip it in, and I'm just going to very, very lightly press a bit of colour on. And I'm doing it lightly and building up to get the effect that I want. Now, you probably should decant these into the lid, but I haven't, so you just add your C, and don't do a straight line because C is not straight, so it's always got waves in it. And you can be as creative as you like with these. You could go on ahead again after this, and you can add more detailing. You could put little white cats onto the C as like little waves, but I'm not going to get that intense with this because of the time that I've got for the video. So, okay, so that is my C. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Just make sure it's all brushed in. I'm using the same brush the whole time, so wipe it on your cloth to make sure you're not adding blue where you want your yellow or your orange to be. The brush is stained, but it's fine. Okay, so I'm going in ahead again, and I'm going to add the yellow. Now, what I'm going to do here, just to get a bit more intensity, I'm going in and I'm just running lines, just a few, and just tap the excess off. And then I'm going to go in with my orange next. Now this is the slightly sparkly, so this actually looks really pretty when it's on your Colourpop. You get a lovely hint of sparkle. You can't really tell, you get the general idea of what I'm doing, but you can't really tell very well on the video. The sparkle doesn't pick up that well. So just where you want it, add a little bit more, clean off your brush, and then you add your pink. So I want that to be, whoa, not that intense. If you put too much on, just tap it and you can get rid of the excess. So just tap it in where you want. So I've added a little bit there. Now what I'm going to do is add a coat of Clearly Pink and cure it in the lamp for 2 minutes. Okay guys, so this has been in the lamp for 2 minutes. The Clearly Pink is cured. One thing I should have mentioned, when you add your colour, your top coat or your Clearly Pink over an additive, you need to hold your brush so that it's almost parallel to the nail, and you need to float it over as you're doing it, otherwise you're going to smudge your additives and it's going to look terrible. Now as you can see, the intensity of that is absolutely stunning. It's got a really rich colour to it, so I like the additives, adding the additives to the shellac, because it just gives it a nicer effect, and you can see that lovely orange coming through there. So the next step, decant some black pool onto your tile. I'm using the slightly larger of the two brushes, so I'm using the 004 to do the stem of the palm tree. Now there's no right or wrong, all palm trees look different, and so I'm just loading my brush up, and I'm going to do the stem of the palm tree. So I'm just doing a line, put a little bit more on. I haven't removed the inhibition layer, I should say. I'm just leaving that on. So just do your line, make the stem a bit thicker. If you cock it up, you can clean it up. And then I'm doing what I like to think is a rock. Now I am just going to go in there and clean that side up because I've done it too thick, or too thick for my liking. So I'm just got a brush with isopropyl alcohol. I'm just going to run that down there. Just remove the line a little bit. And then I'm going to go in and keep just painting my details. So it doesn't look like much yet, but it will. So I'm just filling it in with my brush. Always remember to seal your free edge. You can go in on your second coat and touch up it if it looks a bit uneven. And then I'm going to do the arms of the palm tree, or the leaves I should say. So from the top there, just do a swipe and do one that side, another one, and then do another, another two. So it starts to look like a palm tree. You could leave it like that. Just make that one a bit thicker. You could leave it like that, or you can add the leaves. So what I'm going to do at this point is change brushes, and I'm using the finer one to do the leaves. So all I'm doing is loading up my brush again, and I'm just doing little feathery strokes just to add some detail. Whoopsies. And you can do it a little bit more intensely. It's not that intense, that can be a coconut. We'll just leave that there. So just go ahead, just turning it around, just go ahead and feather it across all your leaves. And I'm going to come back when I've done them. I'm just going to get off camera because this video is going to be too long otherwise. Okay, so I've gone ahead and added all the leaves. This isn't my best palm tree, which is typical because I'm doing the video. I'm just going to add a few more. So all I'm doing is just loading up my brush, a few more little swipes here just to make the leaves. And then the birds, literally all I'm doing for the birds is just a tiny bit of Blackpool, and then I'm literally doing a V. There's your bird, easy peasy. So I'll do another one here, little V. So there you've got your two birds. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, doke, so in the lamp for 2 minutes. Okay guys, this has been in the lamp for 2 minutes, and I've top coated and removed the inhibition layer, and this is what you're left with. So you use the additives to get a much richer colour. If I get the one where I haven't used the additive, excuse me, you can see it's still lovely colours, but it's not quite as rich as the one with the additives. So obviously you don't have to do a sunset, you could do broad daylight, in which case you'd use probably a brown for the tree trunk, and you'd go ahead and use green for the palm tree leaves. You could add another palm tree in there, you could quite easily fit another one in. Really, really good, really quick, easy nail art that looks really effective. Brilliant, obviously, if somebody's going on holidays. Yeah, so look, if you've got any comments, leave them in the comments bar below. I can't talk today. The comments box below. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. And stay tuned this week because I'm going to have a whole load more videos coming up. I'm going to do some Aztec nails, and I'm going to go ahead and do a few wedding type nails for you too. Okay, thanks. Bye.